In the previous videos, we covered how to submit a CAO application and how to choose programs using APS scores and admission requirements. In this video, we are going to focus on what happens after you apply. We will look at application statuses, university offers, change of mind requests, waiting lists, common problems, and the steps you should take once institutions begin processing applications. Understanding this part of the process can help you avoid confusion and make better decisions when responses start arriving. One of the first things you should do after submitting your application is learn how to check your application status. The CAO provides an online status checking system that allows applicants to monitor the progress of their applications. To access your information, you will usually need your CAO number and personal details. Make it a habit to check your status regularly rather than waiting for someone to contact you. Universities can update decisions at different times, and checking your status frequently helps you stay informed. Many students become worried when they see a status that says something similar to waiting for decision or pending. In most cases, this simply means the institution has received your application but has not yet made a final decision. This is often normal, especially during periods when universities are processing large numbers of applications. A pending status does not automatically mean you have been rejected. It usually means the institution is still evaluating applicants or waiting for additional academic results. Another common situation occurs when an institution requests additional documents. For example, a university may need updated grade 12 results, certified copies of documents, or proof of a qualification. If you receive a request for additional information, respond as quickly as possible. Delays in providing requested documents can slow down the evaluation of your application and may affect your chances of receiving an offer before available spaces are filled. As institutions begin making decisions, you may receive different types of responses. Some applicants receive provisional offers. A provisional offer generally means the institution is interested in admitting you, but certain conditions still need to be met. These conditions may include achieving specific final matric results, submitting outstanding documents, or meeting additional program requirements. Read the details carefully, so you understand exactly what is required to convert a provisional offer into a final offer. You may also receive a firm offer of admission. This generally means the institution has decided to offer you a place in the program, subject to any final registration requirements. When you receive an offer, do not assume that your work is finished. Read all communication carefully and pay attention to deadlines. Institutions often provide instructions regarding acceptance, registration, orientation, residence applications, and financial requirements. Some students receive offers from more than one institution or program. If this happens, take time to compare your options carefully before making a decision. Consider factors such as program content, career opportunities, campus location, accommodation availability, transportation costs, and financial aid options. Choosing a program simply because it was the first offer you received may not always be the best long-term decision. Not every applicant receives an immediate offer. In some cases, students may be placed on a waiting list. A waiting list usually means the program has received more qualified applicants than available spaces. If admitted students decline their offers or fail to register, additional spaces may become available and waiting list applicants may be considered. If you are placed on a waiting list, continue monitoring your status and keep your alternative options available. One of the most useful CAO features available to applicants is the change of mind process. This allows you to modify or rearrange your program choices after submitting your application. For example, you may discover that you do not meet the requirements for a particular program, develop interest in a different field, or want to prioritize a different institution. Before making any changes, carefully review the applicable deadlines and rules, because changes made too late may not affect admission decisions already in progress. If you decide to use the change of mind feature, do not make random adjustments. Research the new program thoroughly and confirm that you meet the admission requirements before making changes. A thoughtful, change-of-mind request can improve your chances of receiving an offer, while poorly researched changes may simply replace one unsuitable program with another unsuitable option. As final matric results are released, many institutions begin updating application decisions. Universities may compare your final results with the requirements of the program you selected. This is why strong performance throughout grade 12 remains important, even after you submit your application. A student who improves their results may strengthen their application, while a student whose final results fall below program requirements may face additional challenges during the admission process. One question students frequently ask is whether a rejection means the end of their educational journey. The answer is no. If you are not accepted into your first choice program, explore alternative options. You may qualify for a related program at the same institution, a similar program at another institution, a foundation program, or a TVET college qualification that leads toward the same career field. Successful careers are often built through multiple pathways rather than a single application outcome. As registration periods approach, pay close attention to instructions provided by the institution that offered you admission. Registration may require additional documents, proof of identity, acceptance confirmations, financial arrangements, accommodation applications, or orientation attendance. Missing registration deadlines can create problems even after you have successfully received an offer. Always read institutional communication carefully and act promptly. Financial planning is another important part of the post-application process. If you intend to apply for financial assistance such as NSFAS, ensure that you understand the application requirements and deadlines. Do not assume that admission automatically includes funding. Admission and financial aid are usually separate processes, and applicants should monitor both carefully to avoid surprises when registration begins. Another mistake students make is ignoring their email accounts after applying. Universities and colleges frequently communicate through email. Important updates, requests for documents, offer letters, registration information, and orientation details may all be delivered electronically. Check your inbox and spam folder regularly throughout the admission cycle so that you do not miss important messages. Throughout the application process, keep copies of all important records. Save your CAO number, application confirmations, proof of payment, email correspondence, admission letters, and registration instructions. Organized records can make it much easier to resolve problems if questions arise later. Applicants who keep good records are often able to solve issues much faster than those who rely on memory alone. The period between application submission and final registration can sometimes feel long and uncertain. However, the best approach is to stay organized, monitor your application status regularly, respond quickly to requests from institutions, and keep alternative options available. By staying informed and taking action when necessary, you can navigate the admissions process more effectively and improve your chances of successfully beginning your studies in the 2027 academic year. This concludes our CAO application series. We have covered how the CAO system works, how to choose programs using APS scores and admission requirements, and what happens after you submit your application. If you follow the steps discussed throughout these videos, you will have a much clearer understanding of the application process and be better prepared to manage each stage of your journey from application to registration.